Hello everyone, welcome Thursday morning. Welcome to Dior here at Harrods. We are live and kind of alone in the store because it hasn't even opened up yet. So we are really excited and I am really lucky to be here to show you around the Dior pop-up exclusively here at Harrods this morning. And we're live, you may be watching on my Instagram account, we're on Because Magazine's Instagram account, we're on Because website, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube. You cannot get away from us because we're on multiple platforms right now. And so don't forget, you can also actually ask me any questions, you can heckle me, you can just tell me how jealous you are because you're not here with me, but actually you are virtually. And we're here in the store before it opens to the public so that we can actually show you around this incredible world exclusive where all the fall winter collection for Dior is here. This is the only place in the world that you can actually find it. And here until the end of August at Harrods is where you've got to come to take a look at some of the things that I'm going to show you. Now, what's really exciting, the thing that I've discovered that I'm going to show you too, is so many options around personalizing, so many of the fun accessories that are here downstairs. Upstairs, there's the full ready-to-wear collection of fall-winter. Again, the only place to find it here at Harrods. And I'm going to show you how you can actually personalize all these pieces to your heart's content. But that'll come in a little bit. First, I wanted to show you, or talk you through actually, a little bit of a Dior primer for those of you who are joining, who may not necessarily be so familiar. I am a huge fan of Maria Grazia Chiuri. She joined Dior first in July 2016, so actually 4 years ago. And she has really brought to the house an incredible perspective. Now, I think for many people, the perspective of Dior might have been occasion wear or incredible evening wear, of which is true. But what I think has been so phenomenal about the last 4 years with Maria Grazia at the helm as creative director has been an incredible sort of invigoration of day wear. Incredibly wonderfully practical pieces of clothes, accessories that can fit into any aspect of your day. And as you can see behind me and upstairs when you come visit, the fall-winter collection is just as sort of easy across any touch point. And what I've also loved is how luxury is at every single touch point of the brand, including in all the day wear. What was really special, I think, was in the first collection she did, she had a t-shirt stating the quote, "We are all feminists." And that comes from a book written by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. And I think that has really shown throughout all the collections her real commitment to making powerful clothes and accessories for powerful women doing powerful things at every point in our lives. And that's really special. I have actually compiled a little video to show you guys of some of the inspiration for the fall-winter collection, which might help explain a little bit more of what she sort of dreamt up. So let's see if that's going to come on. Yes. So Christian Dior himself, he actually wrote a little book called The Little Dictionary of Fashion. And that inspired Maria Grazia Chiuri's own, which really resulted in the form of like faded denim that you'll see in this collection and checks. And some of these images are the images that really inspired her references. This is a highly personal collection. And actually, she turned her teenage diary and memory of those who inspired her into the pieces that you're seeing. So this is the Italian fashion designer Germana Maruccelli's studio in Milan, which was actually designed by a fellow artist, Paolo Scheghi. And these are some images of the studio. Then another actually Italian fashion designer named Mila Shawn. And these are images of her clothes shot by Ugo Mulas that inspired Maria Grazia. And lastly, portraits of the artist Carla Accardi herself. So all of these bits really inspired Mario Grazia's fall-winter collection. And when you entered into the actual show venue, you were sort of seen to see this quote, "I say I." And they were taken from the Italian words of the art critic and the vocal feminist Carla Lonzi from her text from the 1960s. And it's also the title of an upcoming exhibition dedicated to Italian female artists and supported by Dior that had to get pushed back. But this is the first look. This was actually taken from my phone, from my seat at the show. The first look, which was a knitted, incredible sort of take on the new look suit and tailoring, which I love and will come to. Fringe, which is going to be huge for fall winter. This was done so well in her dresses. And the accessories that you see here. Now this is the finale, again, shot from my phone, so a little personal viewpoint of what I get to see when I'm at the shows. And some key looks like checked outfits, the polka dots that from the fashion dictionary she sort of used and loved, which I'm actually wearing today alongside the checks, as well as this incredible 3D floral coat. Just so many amazing pieces of ready-to-wear, really. Now, this was a shot taken on the show set, done by the Clairefontaine collective, with loads of incredible neon artwork signs. Don't forget, you guys can ask me questions. If you want to see any particular products here in the pop-up, the Dior pop-up at Harrods, I'm going to take you into the second room now to share some of the fun things that are over on that side. So let's see. We are going to come into what I fondly call the blue room, the blue room at Dior. Now, there are so many fantastic bags that are key for the fall-winter, and I think one of the most iconic ones, which have been throughout the collections and actually introduced in the 90s, is the Lady Dior bag. Now, velvet, you'll see a lot of velvet in the collection, and that's really key for fall. You'll see some amazing, the kind of traditional canage print, but also the really fun oblique print that you see in this sort of 3D relief velvet on the hats, these little bucket hats, which are really beautiful. And of course, the great thing, which are so easy and that we're all using these days as we not so much run around town so much, but maybe lounge at home post-lockdown. But I think velvet is actually, you know, I'm convinced that post-lockdown, we're all craving for something really luxurious, a bit more decadent, a bit more glamour. I mean, I was so excited to get dressed up in a suit, although I have been trying to make the effort. But things like the velvet, I think, are an easy way to get a little bit of decadence and glamour back into our post-lockdown lives. And I'm very excited, for one, to have a lot more velvet in my life. Some fun facts that we discovered about the Lady Dior bag. It was actually baptized Lady Dior in honor of Princess Diana, because this was actually a symbolic gift that was offered by the First Lady of France during an opening of a Cézanne exhibition, actually. And so now the Lady Dior has got the very famous canage embroidery and relief, and these lovely metallic charms. I understand Monsieur Dior was always sort of in love with lucky charms. I think astrology is really big, was something that kind of he definitely looked at a lot. And so even in the jewelry, you find a lot of astrology, but charms have always been a big part of the Dior kind of embellishments on the bag. So the Lady Dior, I particularly love. Let's see if I can show you this. These velvet versions. And like I said, there are so many amazing, fun ways of personalizing the Lady Dior bag. And I'm actually going to show you an example, not on the Lady Dior, but actually on the saddle bag, which is another icon of Dior. And actually that was introduced by Galliano on the runways in the 90s, in 1999 in fact. And I think, you know, Sex and the City reference. There are loads of references from the 90s that made this bag so incredibly iconic. But actually in 2018, what I love is that Maria Grazia, from the archives, brought it back out onto her own runway. And so I've got my colleague Delia with me, because you don't always just want to see my face.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, Delia. And we've got the beautiful saddlebag, which kind of came back out last year in a big way, where you could see everybody carrying this. And what I love about these velvet versions with the oblique again, and the oblique pattern, interestingly enough, was brought out first by Marc Bohan, who was the creative director of Dior back then, in 1967, actually. And we're going to show you, I love it, because the iPads have got this ABC Dior personalization, which is super fun. So we're going to show you the process of how you would actually do the personalization on the saddlebag. So Delia, what have you dreamt up? What are you going to do?
Yes, so if you can see here, there's tons of different products that you can actually personalize. We're going to be doing the saddlebag, which happens to be my personal favorite as well.
What color would you choose?
I love it.
Or
okay.
you're going to get to choose here. Okay, so there's millions of versions.
So many different versions. There's all of these amazing different colors as well. There's actually two options. You can either get your saddlebag that you already own personalized, or you can buy from the new collection here and get that personalized. And
I love the camouflage version personally.
So nice,
Which one are you going to choose?
I think I'm going to go with the classic oblique. I do love that one.
So you can actually, so this is on the back of the bag.
Yeah.
Where the initials go
I'm going to go with my initials, very classic, as you can see. And if you take the bag, this is where it's going to be placed once it's actually personalized, here at this bag strap.
Okay. So what's interesting is once you finish the personalization process, it takes 5 to 7 days. So once you've got your initials put on, it goes into the system, and it actually then gets embroidered in France. So 5 to 7 days later, it will come back to Harrods, where you can pick it up, or in fact, you can get it sent, because Harrods does that and is full service. But I love it. And so how many letters does it actually let you? I don't know if it's just your initials.
I think you can also add your name.
Potentially, I think up to a few.
I think it's 3 letters.
3 letters, so you can have your middle initial done as well.
Yeah.
So that's the beautiful saddlebag. What I love also is that on the sneakers, they very geniusly. Yes.
You see here.
I love this. So actually, as a little tab on the back of the sneaker, you can choose, again, up to 3 initial letters or just 2, and they'll add it onto the back after your 5 to 7 time period, which is really fun. But I would imagine, like, as a gift, if it was a gift to yourself, which it very well may be, or a gift for someone else, you could come up with, on both sides of the sneaker, some really fun messages or secret messages, which I love.
Right.
So bags,
We've
beautiful.
got some questions from Instagram, actually.
Okay. So 86 done. Were you in Lecce for the show? I was not, sadly. They only had the Italians there, as they rightly should. We're not really traveling so much. And so they had that incredible show where Maria Grazia for Resort 2021 really celebrated local craftsmanship. And it was pretty incredible. Sort of, you know, the use of the traditional tombola embroideries. There was so many incredible collaborations that I think Maria Grazia, one, she really wanted to support the region of Tuscany and the embroidery and all the artisans that work both in France and in Italy. And so they went ahead with the show. I watched it from the wonderful comfort of my own home and was blown away, especially with all the videos, I think, of the artisans prior that they were able to show kind of on their Instagram, and just the stories of all these incredible women and men creating the lights that were on the set. It was a pretty spectacular show. So that collection, I think, is going to be coming out in November, Resort, and I'm sure Harrods, you know, if they're lucky enough to have a fall-winter exclusive, who knows? Let's see where that's going to end up. But I very much look forward to seeing those clothes, in fact, in real life, because I think the craftsmanship, that was the thing that really impressed me the most. Someone's asking also about how big this space is. It's not that huge, actually. It's kind of nice and tight. I have no idea what the square footage is. That was the actual question. But there's 3 rooms here, and we're going to go through all 3 rooms. And then there's another room, actually, with some of the more limited edition handbags that are for sale. So it's here, and then the clothing collection is back up on the first floor, where you'll find the majority of the fall-winter ready-to-wear. Again, global exclusive here at Harrods. This is the only place you can find. You can't even find it at the Dior store, which is kind of amazing. But it's very much kind of that close partnership that Dior has had, I think, with Harrods for quite a while. I just wanted to actually talk to you one more thing about these amazing Lady Dior bags, because what I've loved seeing is over the years they have done amazing collaborations with artists, where they have asked incredible artists to reinterpret and reimagine the Lady Dior bag. And last year, actually, Maria Grazia, for the first time, asked 11 female artists, for the first time only female artists, to contribute their vision of what the Lady Dior bag was. So, for example, they had people like the Korean artist Lee Bull. She created this sort of 3D green vegetable. It looked alive, like a mini garden, in fact. Her interpretation. And then Micheline Thomas, who's an American artist who, in fact, at Resort 2020, created one of the outfits that went on the runway, and she's been a long-time collaborator now for the last couple of years, both on Lady Dior plus the Resort 2021, I think it was. Sorry, 2020 show, in fact, creating that beautiful art. So I think there's been numerous exhibitions with the Lady Dior bag that have actually toured around the world, and it's always really fascinating to see the different artists and how they're interpreting the bag. So we're going to go over to the other side, to the 3rd room, also the blue room, but you got to pass through. Some of this amazing clothes. As you can see, again, polka dots, the check, which Maria Grazia sort of brought back out and loves in the fall winter. It's a really good highlight. Let's see what I've got here. So this is the other side of the Harrods pop-up. And what I love about this section is that there are so many fun hats and book totes that we're going to speak about. But actually, I've got another question. Daisy, what is your favorite Dior accessory? I have to say, the item that I probably use the most is the Dior book tote. And we're going to talk about this with my colleague Nas in a little bit. I have got from 2018, one of the original ones that's like very, very bright. And I use it for work, I use it for play, I use it for travel, I use it for everything. So the book tote for me has been key in terms of having kind of Dior every day. And I have definitely loved that. But the thing that I've discovered are all these hats. Stephen Jones has been a longtime collaborator with Maria Grazia and with the House of Dior. And there is no doubt that some of these hats, this is perfect for London weather. As we know, there's like thunder showers and rain. And who doesn't love a great bucket hat, which is super fun. And I've done actually last week I came in and I found this amazing sailor hat, which again is a new piece from the collection, which I love. But what's even more fun is that this is personalized as well. So I came in last week to do my personalization, and I don't know if you can see this in the back, but very subtly, my initials are placed on the back. And again, you can choose your own initials. You can choose, I think, three letters to make this your own. So a sailor hat for me, super fun. And I've discovered that I'm going to become a hat person. That's me. Which bag would I choose, the Lady Dior or the saddle bag? Ooh, I think the Lady Dior bag, because I'm a lady. I don't know. Nas, you're a lady too. So this is my colleague Nasrin, and we are both, like I said, the book tote fans. So I just wanted to show you guys how she's been thinking about how she would personalize her book tote. And I have no idea. So here you get more letters because you can actually put it to the back of the bag. So Nas, what are you thinking? Your ABC Dior personalization.
So I'm gonna go for the large one first of all.
Okay.
Because we need to fit
This
our
is the large
books,
size, yeah.
our laptops, everything.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna click this one. Okay. I'm gonna go with the blue.
Blue velvet.
Yes. Of course, you can put your name on the back or initials if you want, but you can get creative. I'm gonna go with Sofish. No, wait.
Don't misspell your own.
No. Once it's there, it's there. Sophistication.
That's a long word.
It is a long word.
That's very fun. Can you fit the end? Oh, Nas.
It did earlier, but sophistication. So we're gonna go for that little flair.
I like it.
Yes.
Very nice. So as you can see, any word that you actually want. But I like
Sophistication. It fit earlier.
That's good. But I do love that.
But yeah, you can get creative is the main idea.
Is what we're trying to show.
Yes.
Thanks, Nas. So book tote, you can do everything. Get creative. Get it for your best friend with her nickname, and you'll be fine. You'll be her favorite person ever. So, because we're here, home alone in the shop, we have got free reign of the place, which feels very fun and very night at the museum, even though it's Thursday morning in the Harrods. But I hope you've gotten a little bit of a taste here of what is actually available. Again, you've got to come into the store because this is the only place that you can find the fall-winter collection. It's on until the end of August, and if you are one of those people who love getting things first, then this is definitely one of the best places to come find it, because only in September will it then go live everywhere else. I think for me, investing in a piece of Dior is ever more sort of wonderful, and especially in these days where we're all looking for brands that really speak to us, to our values. And I think what Maria Grazia has done really in her tenure as creative director at Dior, collaborating with incredible female artists, putting at the root real sort of female power. It's an amazing, amazing thing. I just saw am I wearing Dior? Love it. From Francis. Thanks, Francis. I am wearing Dior, which, again, like I said, I have so much tailoring from Dior because many of you know I love a bunch of tailoring. And her take on the new look, suiting and tailoring, is something that I love. But I've loved how in fall there's all this check suiting, so I'll be going for that for sure. Again, you know, somebody asked about the Lecce show for Resort 2021, where she really showed, again, a real passion for showcasing collaborators. You know, she worked with Sisters Giulia and Lucia Starace from the Constantine Foundation, who are preserving textile design around the woven pieces, whether that's with Judy Chicago working with the artist on her Spring 2020 ready-to-wear show, or even her Fall 2019, where she had the conceptual artist, Italian, Tommaso Binga, read a poem at the beginning. Again, a very focal feminist. She signed her work with a pseudonym as a man, really, to protest sort of male privilege in the art world. There's so many incredible women that Maria Grazia are collaborating with. And for that, plus the really amazing bags, clothes, accessories, there's so much for you to come discover here in the exclusive Dior shop. So thank you. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, thank you to Dior for allowing us to do this first ever live stream here. And we hope that you come by and come. And because the doors are opening soon, so you'll be able to come now, not just get the sneak peek. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining.